Sicario 3 is coming, everybody. Sicario 3. And if you've watched these, you know, like they've done 2, and this is one the creators are saying they love Benicio del Toro and these so much. They're like, let's just like do another one. They just want to see him do it. They've actually started writing it. They said they had to stop writing because of the writer's strike. But once this is all worked out, these contracts, everything else, they're to get back to writing and get this moving forward. But it is heavily in development for Sicario 3. And they said before it was pencils down, but the idea is awesome. They kept saying it's an awesome idea, and they're really excited about it. And they said, we can't wait for Sicario 3. It could be Benicio del Toro. We could watch that guy forever. We'd love to have him there. So I'm excited about it. But then again, I never got into these movies. But I think like I watched the first one. I liked it a lot. I missed the second one. And I think the third one, I mean, I just got to go back and watch the second one and keep that franchise moving forward. Because I know there's a lot of people that love this. I mean, Emily Blunt in this, Benicio del Toro. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. Josh Brolin, you got a huge cast right here. So hopefully, you know, if you're a fan, you're excited about this because it is a big movie coming forward. But what do you think about this? Paul, are you excited about this? Are you a Sicario fan? Or do you think they should leave it at 2 and not do a third one?
I haven't seen the second one, so I can't say for sure if the third one will be a continuation of the story being good or not. But I can say the first one is one of my favorite films. That
it was so good
in the last 10 years. Yeah, it was amazing. And Denis Villeneuve is one of the best directors working. I don't think he's coming back for the third one. I don't think he was involved besides producing the second one. Oh. So, you know, anything's possible. I loved if it follows, you know, Josh Brolin and Benicio del Toro. I don't think Emily Blunt came back for the sequel, but if it follows those two, I'm definitely interested, and I do want to watch the sequel. So I'm excited as long as there's good creative people behind making the film and they return to those characters doing what they do. That's exciting enough for me. I would definitely be interested, to say the least.
Yeah, there's definitely a big fan base for this too. And if everybody comes back, the whole gang comes back together, you know, get all the actors back and just do it. And you never know. It's so early that you never know who's in a director right now too. So they might bring the whole team back. But again, it's just the writing, and the writing's going to take some time. And as they're saying, they put pencils down and just stopped because of the writer's strike, which a lot of people had to do right now. I think some people are still writing things, but behind closed doors, I think. Sabrina, what do you think? You think that this will be a good thing doing a Sicario 3?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm obviously not a big proponent of, you know, just beating an IP-ness against the wall. Like, it's just enough is enough, I feel like. But I would like to address really quickly this comment. Let sleeping saws lie. One of my favorite things I've ever read on Cruise Control. So thank you for that, Milton Bradley. Also love your name. And then I'm gonna go here with Panico. For fuck's sake, it will make money. Of course it will. That is why they keep beating the IP-ness into the ground. They should not. They should do new things. But I feel like with the strike and the fact that they have lost so much money, you know, during this, like it just like it's safer for them to go with things that have a fan base and that they think will make money instead of taking risks, you know, on things that they're not sure about, which I don't agree with at all. You know, but I don't know. I feel like if we just went about things differently, it would be better, honestly, in the entertainment industry as a whole. Absolutely, I will check it out eventually as well. I'm not rushing to the theaters for it though, for sure.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will later on too. But then again, this is probably years down the line too for this to actually come out.
I mean, nothing's so coming out new, but, you know, for another year and a half for sure.
But that's what happens. Like, you know, there was a comment too about another sequel. Everything's getting sequels and reboots. But that's kind of the world we live in right now in Hollywood. So it's very typical.
I can't get over it.
I love that too.
I cannot get over it.
Seth, what do you think about this? Are you a fan of Sicario? Are you excited about a third one, or are you just like, all right, another sequel for something?
And to be honest with you, I've actually never seen any of the movies. I forgot they existed until just now, so that might be on my list that I need to add to. Paul said it's one of his favorite movies. Obviously, he's a good hard critic, so if he says,
yeah, I agree.
Not
I think
when it comes to Saw, but
Seth, can you address this question? If it's less fans, why not make another one? Just in general, like as sequels or threequels or quadruples or whatever. Like, what's your opinion on that, generally speaking?
It's cash grab. Look, like, you know, like for instance, like there are shows out there that, okay, actually, here's a great example. So Breaking Bad, for instance,
Yeah.
They got offered like $55 million or something per and I could be making the number up, but they got offered an insane amount of money per episode to do a 6th season. And they said no, because just like the artistic integrity of it was, this show, we made a perfect show. It's done. We are done. We're walking away. And yeah, they've made a couple of like rebootish type things after, but they kept that story alone. They didn't change it. They didn't say, well, maybe we do this and that instead. And I feel like that's what happens a lot of the times with these, is it just like becomes this way to kind of change what the original story was about. Like, oh, but this person was alive the whole time, or oh, this, you know, I mean, even with the Saw franchise, he's a serial killer. Do we really need a backstory? I mean, I'm going to
I'd like to know why he's doing it. And actually, I'm kind of behind the fact that a bunch of people told me they cured me from cancer and didn't. I want to kill him too.
But like, everybody was the reason that he died of cancer.
Generally speaking. What? But
like in the whole series, not everybody was the reason he died of cancer, right? He kind of saw himself as a judge, right?
We never saw this, though. This is what made him turn. This is what made him become who he was.
Yeah, we never got this full kind of story before. We knew about the cancer. We knew that, you know, he was dying. We knew we saw him die in it.
Serial killer. You're absolutely right. But also.
But we never got this whole story. So they're trying to fill in those blanks, too.